My name is Janet Looney. I'm the director of the European Institute of Education and Social Policy and the joint editor of the European Journal of Education. And I'm here today to talk to you about assessment, and particularly formative assessment. And I can say that I've been working on assessment issues since about 2002. And so it's an exciting and important field.
My name is Kay Livingston and I'm a professor in the University of Glasgow in Scotland. I've been interested in assessment is for learning and personalisation of learning for many, many years. Formative assessment is something that is integral to learning, not separate as a measurement of learning. Formative assessment is where there is that ongoing ability to think about feedback that modifies learning and teaching, engages teachers and pupils in their self-assessment of where they are in their own learning, and then they're able to modify and adapt and improve that learning in the future.
The elements that are important include the classroom culture, establishing clear learning goals and criteria so that students can track their progress and they know exactly how their learning will be gauged, so they're not guessing at what's going to satisfy the teacher. It's incremental and interactive, so it is definitely integrated in the learning process. It's not do all this work and then worry about what kind of mark you're going to get. And in fact, marks might not even be used. A lot of teachers use comments only, and the research shows that students tend to pay more attention and respond when there are comments rather than marks. Another issue is to focus on the learning process itself. So learning to learn is part of that, and you're not only focused on the outcome. Having a repertoire of methods to use with students is important because as we've discussed, students have diverse ways of learning. And finally, feedback that's timely and specific and at the right level for what the learner needs. Summative assessment refers to tests. It could be standardized tests that you have to take for university entrance or graduation or to move to the next year in school, or classroom tests to move to the next unit, but there's a mark and that's the end of it. Formative assessment is the interactive assessment that happens when people are in the middle of a lesson, for example, and having a dialogue about what they understand and they don't understand, and there's a kind of an on-the-fly or contingent adjustment of teaching and learning to really address student needs that come out during the course of that dialogue. A simple way to differentiate the two is to talk about assessment for learning, which is formative assessment, and assessment of learning, which is summative assessment.